Hi, this is Thoughts from the Mentally Ill, and I'm going to quickly break down why so many people are upset at the whole Dear White People Netflix trailer. And it's actually with pretty good reason. A lot of people are trying to brush it off, and it's like, oh, I haven't seen the movie. It's no, no, it's racist propaganda against white people, and I'll break it down for you. And I'm doing this. I'm actually going to show it in the background and explain it bit by bit in an educational fashion because I know a lot of people are too scared to actually do it for fear of a Netflix strike or a strike from Netflix on copyright. But clearly, this is for educational purpose to show exactly why stuff like this is not acceptable, right? At least not to me. And while I'm not the moral authority, I think it's pretty easy to see how this is racist and why racism is not acceptable. So, all right, let's go with this.
Dear white people,
We made it 3 seconds in, and we have the most stereotypical white people on the planet. Like, if you put every stereotype of a white person into one picture, this would be it. The football, that horrible sweater. There's a bunch of white guys standing around looking like Abercrombie and Fitch poses. But okay.
here's a list of
And it continues. We have a woman who apparently got locked in the 1950s with the pearl necklace and the oh, what is that is sweater coat sweater like I haven't seen anyone outside my grandmother wear. Okay, but you have the guy in the upper corner here wearing the sweater vest. You got a couple of people wearing jeans, but the majority is like the focus here is on these well dressed like stereotype white people.
acceptable Halloween costumes.
Okay, so she's saying, I'm here to tell you some acceptable Halloween costume. Okay, who are you to dictate to anyone else what they are allowed and not allowed to wear? Also, why is it only directed towards white people? Like, it shouldn't be directed towards, hey, ignorant people who do ignorant things? Like, I don't get it. Like, hey, obtuse jackass. Like, why white people, right? So, but also I pause it here too because America needs. Okay, let's get going with this.
Pirate, slutty nurse.
Pirates acceptable. Okay, slutty nurse. Let's sexualize nurses. At least they help save our lives, but that's fine. No problems there. I'm not gonna nitpick. You know, some feminists will probably get a little butthurt over that one, but oh well.
Any of our first 43 presidents.
Wait. Any of our first 43 presidents? What about Obama? Uh, am I as a white person not allowed to have an Obama mask and dress up as Obama? I mean, obviously I'm a portly fellow, and therefore uh, Obama put on some weight, but hasn't been playing basketball as much. Which, by the way, I love basketball, so that's not even a cut at him. I'm just saying he hasn't been exercising. Uh, like, why is I as a white person like? There's been Nixon, Carter, like every president. There's a mask of them. There's never been a stipulation that black people are not allowed to wear that mask. So why is white people not allowed to dress up as Obama? Right? So just the whole concept to begin with is racist. Because of the color of my skin, I'm not allowed to dress up as someone. Okay. Uh, but that's America needs a voice of reason, and that's clearly this woman, right? That's what they're getting at. Their voice of reason is some racist crap already. All right. So they're trying to normalize this, like what she's doing is noble. It's acceptable. She's a fight against whatever tyranny is happening.
Top of the list of unacceptable costumes.
Once again, top of a list of unacceptable costumes. Here we have a bunch of white guys in polos, right? I get they're kind of doing satire in the shots a little bit, but not like you can tell what like there's satire in the surface, but underneath it you can tell like the overt racism that they're actually getting across here. Like, it's insane. Like, they're trying to say racism bad while being racist. It's like, okay,
Me.
you. So, who's trying to dress up as you? Is there people like, oh, there it is. The blackface that doesn't exist anymore. Like, you never see anyone doing blackface. And the guy, the guy there, he did blackface down his chest, man. That's dedication. But he didn't do the ears, which is kind of surprising. But also, who drinks beer like that? I know I'm nitpicking, but the point of the matter is that honestly, who does blackface anymore? Have you, any of you who are going to see this, has any of you ever seen anyone do blackface? No, I haven't. I grew up in the country. I live in an urban area now. I've been in college. I've never seen anyone think blackface is acceptable nor do it. And society would handle it on its own. You wouldn't need some rebellious action from behind the mic in some expensive college studio to rebel against this. Not in modern days. It doesn't work. Okay, if you want a perfect example of society just crushing someone for doing something stupid, look at the whole the woman who dressed up as a Boston Marathon runner victim, bombing victim. Didn't require people like instantly. You're dumb. What the hell are you thinking? The end, right? It's like you can't dress up as me. See, and this brings up to the whole thing with like that whole entitled like how are you oppressed and the oppressor at the same time? You can't be both. You really can't. And if you are going to oppress other people and dictate and put down your moral authority and crush them and try to destroy them for not agreeing with you, then how do you have any platform to stand on? That's what kills me about this. But let's continue. We will. All right. Okay. I don't. I, an golden M4 with clearly the black face. I don't know. Okay. So we're only 21 seconds into this, so it's like, oh, this is unacceptable. Let's go in and even though it's just words and it actually doesn't directly impact me, I'm going to now go physically assault them and break their people, or sorry, break their stuff because that's now justified. I don't like what they said or I don't like what they're doing, even though it doesn't actually directly impact me. I'm going to destroy their stuff, and this is where it becomes. And please let me get this out here clear on the open. I'm not justifying any racism. Racism against white people, black people, Asian people, racist, any race being racist against any other race is wrong. No ifs, no ands, no buts. And the problem with this is that it's trying to normalize racism against white people. That's what this boils down to. You see the two olive branches and kind of this official symbol, dear white people. Like this is going to create another divide. There's nothing funny about this. It's good good protagonist black woman defeats evil white people who are obtuse in their racism. Like, it's insane. And they named it Dear White People, and they take the most stereotypical white things, right? To paint like the whitest the white person. So like whitey, you think of that. So this has run on long enough. We're almost 10 minutes in here, but I just want to point out like that's So you can thank Netflix for this nonsense. And before I go here, had it been dear black people, dear Mexican people, and had there been a white person behind the mic saying, these are socially or non socially acceptable things you are allowed to do, there would be riotous response. And you know it. But because this is directed towards white people, it is deemed acceptable. We see it all the time. You see it in schools now. You see it with this academia where they're trying to push the idea that African Americans cannot be racist towards white people because racism is oppression plus power. No, you don't get to change the definition so you can be racist towards white people and not be and call them racist. Like you don't get to change a definition to 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 fix hypocrisy. So what I bring to you today is, look, there is justification in this. It is an overtly racist thing. Okay, it's not just a story of like any other. It's trying to normalize and humorize being racist towards white people, as if that should be something that is widely accepted. And your Netflix dollars are going, or already have gone, to produce this show, and that's insane. So yeah, if you want to unsubscribe from Netflix to show them and let them take the pitfall in this, I mean, right now, um, as it stands, there is 12,663 likes to 184,144 dislikes. That's. I mean, it's that crazy. Like it's that noticeable how stupid this is. So please, if it's racist for a white person to do this to any other race, then it is racist for any other race to direct this towards white people in this fashion, right? To produce this type of content, okay? And that's it. That's thoughts from the mentally ill. Take it easy.